Hello everyone, hope you're having an excellent day today. I'm doing pretty good, thanks for asking. We're back with part 5 of the LEGO TRON project, and I am very excited because we have a lot of progress to show off today. The first thing I want to mention is I have now fully replaced all the potentially faulty fairy lights from the entire landscape. So they're all the newer ones that have been purchased recently, should last a lot longer, no running out of blue color. I've also pretty much essentially finished all the roads. They're all completed, tiled off, looking pretty good. I got an order of about 200 2x2 tiles and 200 2x4 tiles, which really helped finish that off nicely. Even though the roads are complete, I'm definitely going to have to modify and edit sections to incorporate more wiring or vehicles, which I'm hoping to put in soon. Speaking of vehicles, I actually found some more light cycle sets in my collection in some bins that needed to be sorted. So future Mark must have known that I was going to be working on some TRON builds, and I found another, I think it was another 4, plus some sealed bags of TRON vehicles. Unfortunately, no figures in there, but all those pieces are super useful for what I'm doing right now. Besides the roads, the terrain has seen a lot of work done as well. I've discovered the fairy lights and their infrared sensor using the remote can't go through a single plate, so you have to install a trapdoor above each USB plug. That means I need to acquire a few more trapdoor pieces, which I have done and now installed most of them. Because the fairy lights work well for a long section of road, some of the shorter sections have a lot of excess lights, which you see kind of bundled up right here. In some cases, I've tried to use as much of these excess lights as possible in some of these slightly built up terrain sections you see right here and over in front of the big building over there. This will hopefully break up the landscape a little bit so it won't be all just black chunks. You'll see a little bit of veins of light or a little detail piece here and there. Should break it up nicely. And theoretically, these lights should kind of merge into the lights, being projected from the buildings as well. So it should hopefully tie everything together nicely. We also have quite a bit of progress to show on this one building here that I was working on. This is the basic upright building, so no snot, no plates, it's all bricks. And it's definitely consuming parts at a fast rate. However, a little bit of sorting the other day really helped, resupply my stock of bricks. So I was able to get a lot more progress done. And I was able to integrate some of the lighting and wiring, and it's really starting to come together. So let me quickly turn on those lights for you so you can see what I'm talking about. There we go. Now we can see these giant LED light strips illuminating those big 4 pillars in the front. I think it's really special looking. I kind of like the fact that it has a layered appearance. There's a light every inch or 2 versus all the way up. So it kind of creates an illusion of floors on a building or stories. So it makes it seem a little taller than it normally would. It's about 3 feet tall to the highest point. This is going to be one of the more, maybe slightly above average size buildings in the scene. And I'm really excited with its appearance so far. This is turning out almost exactly as I wanted. The one problem I did encounter, though, was the fact that the light blue color preset in these big light strips is slightly different from the light blue color in the roads on those preset fairy lights. So I'm having to kind of figure out how to blend the two as best as possible. The big light strips don't do just plain white. The ones in the road do. So that's what they're on right now, the plain white. If we switch them to the light blue I had before, I feel like there's a little bit of a contrast in color there. I like the light blue versus the white on the ground. However, I think that's more of a cool color versus the building, which is more of a warm tone for that light blue. I think there's a little bit of a contrast there, so I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm still kind of figuring that out. I'm not going to backtrack to the point of getting new lights for either one of these things, so they're just going to have to combine in the best way possible. So this building's design is going pretty smoothly. The one thing that's kind of changed since last time is I'm using these textured panels to kind of create a little bit of a pattern on the back, so that's not just plain black bricks. It's also taking up a little bit more space that those bricks would have taken up. On the left side of the building, which is on the other side from me, you can see the pattern in the ground kind of repeating itself up into the building. That should hopefully have some more fairy lights and look very similar, so it should all blend together. And I'm liking it, kind of, but I'm not 100% sure about it either, so this is something I kind of need to be more decisive on moving forward, because this building is going to be done soon, hopefully. I think once those fairy lights are integrated and turned on, I think I'll be pretty happy with the result. We'll see probably next week or the week after. After this big building is done, I'm going to be working on the large triangle building over here, and I'm having some second thoughts about some of the alignment on some of the light lines on that building. I'm kind of sketching and experimenting with what else could go there. We'll see if there's any differences or changes made to that building. I might just leave it, I might change it if I have time and if I feel like I can do something much better. I'm pretty sure last episode I talked about kind of setting out the foundations for the bridge. You can really see it now because I've created these little templates here. This should be the physical size of the building going up for the bridge area right here above this center road. And so I think it's gonna look pretty cool. That's gonna be after the triangle building is pretty well established and well after this building is hopefully done. This one will probably be the first building completed, unlike the triangle one, which I thought was gonna be. And I actually think that's about it for today. It seems like it went pretty quickly. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, really trying to grow the channel and reach as many people as possible. If you leave a comment and it adds to the conversation of the build, it might get featured in the next video. Thank you so much for watching the video and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.